Dade County street nigga, I'ma hold it down. 5120 each one I break down. Supply my whole hood, visions to supply the town. I'm talking about Palm Beach, Broward County, back down south. Vato get them pounds. JG Wentworth, I need that money now. Same day we get them in, same day we move them out.
Yeah. What's really happening? Miami, what they do. Y'all already know what it is, man. It's your boy Og Gigaveli, the host of the fastest growing podcast out of Miami. Y'all know what it is, what they do podcast, man. I got another hot interview for y'all, man. I got a hustler out of Miami, got a real powerful story. We want to get out there and get his brand out there. So check it out. If you got a brand, you got a message, you got a story, y'all inbox the OG, man, and come on the show, man. Get on the red carpet. This ain't all about entertainers. This is about entrepreneurs. We about hustlers. If you good at what you say you good at, come through, man. I got my boy today, man. My the homies from the crib, man. T-Rich, what they do, boy?
What they do, what they tell them.
Whatever we tell them, huh?
That's right.
Yeah, man. So we gonna chop it up, boy.
Yes, sir.
I see you, boy.
Hey, I came to bless you. The Miami Nights, new cannabis company, straight out of Miami, Florida. Hey.
Let me see that thing up, boy. It look like my side. Oh yeah, this gonna fit. This gonna fit. Yeah, I can't wait to put that thing. I'm gonna give me some little, might find me some kind of dicky. They got some sky blue dickies to go with that thing right there.
Hey, man.
Yeah, man. What's up, man? How life been treating you, bro?
Oh, man, well, it's kind of like a summer day,
Right.
I had a funeral today, but I had to come see you.
Oh man, so you lost a family, man. Condolences, man. Yeah, I know you was talking about that a little earlier before we started the interview, man, about your pops.
Yeah, my pops.
You know what I mean? We gonna get into that. We ain't gonna jump in front of that, right?
Right.
But let the people know what part of Miami you from, since you repping Miami Nights.
Oh, man, I'm out of Miami, Liberty City, 67 and 9. That's where I'm from. Born and raised. Moved from out of there, moved over here to Westview Terrace. Got to rep that Westview Terrace, them boys there. And then from there, went to Cal City, one time for American High. You feel me?
Okay. You moved around.
Yeah, man, listen, family all in the Grove. You know what I'm saying? I'm all over this thing here, man. So.
Okay, man. So listen, man. Take us back, like growing up in Miami, man. You say you growed up off around the village or whatever.
Yeah.
Who's some of the OGs you know from around that way, man?
Big Money Sonny. I used to pump them boys gas back in the days. Him and Bo Dilly. That you had the village right across the street from the gas station on 67th and 7th Avenue. You know what I'm saying? The jits out there, we used to be out there pumping the gas, Hey,
but you know what, man? It's funny you said that, right? Because I want the YNs to understand. I'm talking about little young cats out here, right? See how proudly do you say that, though?
Yeah.
I came up doing some of the same similar things, really doing the same. I used to park convertible Burt cars for them. I used to, that's where that quarter head game come from, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? Or you see the number man coming through the hood. That's how we used to get broke off, man. You know what I mean? It was some type of respect and honor, and they was giving back then.
See, but back in the days, we was proud to be out there hustling.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Going out there, bagging the old lady groceries up, taking it to the car for them, you know what I'm saying? Get 50 cent dollar, cutting people grass, you know what I'm saying? We walking through the yard. You need your grass cut, you feel me? Getting the doggone soda bottles.
Right. I did it all.
Man.
Yeah, I did it all.
Getting the cans.
The can game, all that, man.
Put a little dirt in there to get a little extra weight in there, you feel me? Man, that's what it was about back then, you feel me?
Man, you know what, man, since you talking about Miami Nights, you representing that brand right now, you speaking some real Miami, like our history, man. When Ross made that song, Every Day We Hustling.
Man, that was the truth.
Like, that was a real anthem for the crib.
Miami, the Playboy's paradise. Pretty girls, fast cars. That's just a facade. The bridge separates South Beach from my Miami. The real Miami. The MIA. This is where we hustle.
I'm the boss, man. Shout out Ross, he really told one with that, man. You see some of the young guys nowadays still doing some of that, selling the candy on. You see them hustling, you know what I mean? And when I see them like that, I break them off, even if I don't want it. If they get selling the water bottles, you know what I'm saying? I'm breaking them off. I'm getting me a cold one out the light because I'm going to support that positive hustle.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Versus them running up in the stores or breaking the laws and catching a felony, like, you know what I mean? Like how I kind of came up, man.
Pretty much how I ended up too. You feel me? So,
but before we get to you going to the joint, you did some other things.
Yeah.
So we talked about your pop just passing.
Right.
What kind of how it was growing up? Did you have your pop in your life? You go to single house? Take us to that.
Well, you know, my mom passed when I was 7. She had cancer. So my auntie, she pretty much raised me. You know, so when she raised me, she pretty much, I grew up in the theater. You know what I'm saying? She got the oldest theater company in the state of Florida, M Ensemble Theater Company.
Wow,
you know?
wow.
So I had that as my roots. So I really wasn't really in the streets. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
When I was a kid, man, listen, I did it all, man. I played sports. I used to be Michael Jackson in talent shows. I used to be in the plays. You know what I'm saying? I did it all, but I was well-rounded. All the homies knew me. And then all the females knew me too, because, hey, man, a nigga was at the women too.
Right.
So as I grew up and went to Westview Terrace, you know what I'm saying, I met more friends and started dealing with more people, and that's when I met my dad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So what year that was? Like you saying, you kind of skipping ahead. Like how old you was when you finally met your dad?
13, so around 1989, around that time. I met my old boy.
That's a long time not to know your old boy. Like he's staying in the same city you in, man, but you not knowing him. How that? I mean, that had to be feeling fucked up not to know. Was you curious? Did you ask your mama? Or you say your mama had passed?
Yeah, my mom passed, but you know at the same time, yeah, I was curious. You feel me? Because
so you ain't never run down on this nigga, man. Where this nigga at, man? Where Pop at?
I ain't never get to run into dog, but
till you 13.
I was 13.
Man.
You feel me? So
I'd have been shaking some screw. Where this nigga at, man? Nigga some change.
Hey,
tired of pumping gas.
You know, as you grow older, you kind of understand that's how life works sometimes.
Right,
you feel me? So, you know, everything ain't gonna be, it's not a guidebook to this thing called life.
No.
You feel me? So when I did meet the old boy, you know, he braced me. He took me in. You feel me? And then I knew then that's who I wanted to be. You feel me? When I seen him, I knew that's who I wanted to be as a man. Right. Because he had it all.
Was your pop a street guy or a hustler, businessman? What kind of work he did?
He dead now, so I can speak on everything, man. My old boy was all that. He was a hustler, but at the same time, he was a businessman. And then he became a politician.
Wow.
So he covered the whole, you feel me? He covered the whole grounds. You feel me? As what type of man he was. He had game rooms, he had cleaners, he had all kind of little business. You know what I'm saying? Real estate, you know. Man, listen, I remember as a kid, 13, 14 years old, taking my friends out there on the big boat. He got the living room with the bedrooms on there. Hey man, I ain't never had nothing like that.
Okay.
You feel me? So, you know, he was showing me right then, like, this what it is. I can remember also, too, as a jit, jumping in that Eldorado Cadillac that boy had, you feel me? Sliding, and then going down there and showing me all the boys up under the tree. He jumping out, hollering at all them boys, and he letting them know, like, hey, yeah, it is what it is. But at the same time, when he get back in the car, he say, yeah, them all my partners, but I ain't got to be there.
But you know,
feel me? So he gave me a different, at that time, he showed me then that it's another way I could do this thing called hustling if I want to do it. You feel me? And I had the seed planted in me then. It ain't always about negative, but at the same time, he just showed me, I know the street hustlers too, but I'm a businessman too, so.
But I'm kind of lost now, right? Okay. You know, I say that there is, I know where you end up at. Right. You end up, and I'm trying not to get there, but I need to know, being you coming up in the structure, being the Michael Jackson in the plays, being, you know, in a well-rounded, positive environment.
Right.
How the fuck you end up in the feds?
Oh, man.
I mean, how you get to the feds?
Man, listen.
Like, a nigga like me wanted your life, man. You know what I mean? I know how I got there. How you get there?
Listen, you sound like my dog Trick Daddy. See, Trick Daddy, we growed up with each other from like 3rd, 4th grade. So he always talk about how, oh, I ain't supposed to be in the feds. I'm the kind of dude that niggas was breaking off when I was playing sports. You feel me? But at the same time, the reality of this here is anybody can go. Well, that thing ain't got no color.
No.
What I mean by that is,
we want to get the full. We got you here. I'm not gonna let you get away. I want to know. I want to know. You just said you playing sports.
Right.
So what level of sports? Take me to the sport. Before you get to the streets, take me to your time playing sports.
All right. So I ended up going to Grambling playing football. I left Grambling, came to FAMU. So now I'm at FAMU playing football. Now here it is, I'm straight student. I ain't even in the streets.
Right.
You feel me? But I had a couple of friends of mine that had started dibbling and dabbing. But once they started dibbling and dabbing, as I'm watching, I see it ain't no real money coming through this thing. My ambition is just bigger than what they were seeing.
Right.
So what I end up doing is, once I got involved, and that's when the money started coming. Because I know how to network. You feel me? So once I started putting that down, I ain't even see myself as a drug dealer. I just seen myself as network. Before you know it, you bigger than what you really thought you was because a lot of people fucking with you. And that's how that shit started taking off.
But you know what, man? I ain't gonna hold you, man. I ain't gonna beat you across your head, man. I done met a lot of, cause you know, me being in the feds, I done heard some similar stories of guys that went to college and end up becoming dope boys. But follow me though. So my thing is, you don't put Optimus League in, you play Optimus football. Evidently you had to play some high school football.
Right.
You on the rag track.
Right.
Was it when you got to the college level, right? Did the grades become a problem?
Nah.
Or did you not see yourself going to the league?
Nah, it wasn't
so
even
what
that.
just made you? I mean, I'm just saying, if I'm
curious,
because I had Major 9 on here.
Right.
Major 9 told me.
I felt like I was abandoning my music probably my freshman year of college, but I really was recording the most. Like I was going through I'm from the city. I don't really know what depression is, like going through depression.
Right.
But you know, when we grow up, we get in a state, and like you got to be a man to understand what it is. Like, I got homies dying. I got all this. I don't supposed to be in Miami type. You feel me? So all this playing on me. You feel me? And just like I know it's football. It's football. So around that time, I was kind of like I had to abandon something, and my main thing I abandoned, like my free time. I wasn't trying to go to the hood. I went to the U. You feel me?
Right,
so I could have
right.
went home. Like I was making trips, but I wasn't going home. But I could have went in the hood and vibed with them boys and went back to campus. That's how easy it was. But I was like, nah, boy, let me go record some music. And just like putting in that work, that kind of built my catalog to. It got to like senior year. I was like, boy, I can't wait till I get out of college, cause that's when I actually was getting the freedom to drop the songs that y'all want to hear. You feel me? Like the people.
You know what I mean? From he didn't go to the Fed,
Right.
but he chose the music.
Right.
So it was like, was you not feeling like football was really you? Like, cause you said you had a big ambition. What would make you turn? Cause if I played and sacrifice all them saddies, all them days in high school, Optimus, sweaty nights coming in, locker room shit, and I get to a level to where now I'm columbine in my future. You know what I'm saying? Was you not good enough? Was your PT going down? What made you chose to sack?
Well, to be honest with you, it wasn't even about that part right there. It was just the challenge. I actually seen these guys that I personally know. You feel me? Really, they was my roommates. You feel me? So I'm watching these boys every day, ain't making no progress. And it just
In the dope game.
In the dope game.
But hold
on, follow me.
Yeah, I'm still
football. See, the thing is, I can do both. I was still going to practice and doing this. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I was doing that and serving some of my coaches.
So let me ask you. So what was appealing? I'm keeping it real. NFL right here.
Nah,
Dope game right here, right?
The thing is, I ain't never seen myself going to the NFL.
That's what I'm trying to get out of you.
See, playing football is something that I love to do. It wasn't about, that's just a place where you just have that kind of space that just enjoy yourself with your friends and have a good time. Now, at the same time, did some of my friends have ambitions to go to the NFL? Yeah, guess what? And when that time came, I actually assisted them. I actually reached out to coaches in Canada. I actually rented vans and took them boys to workouts and stuff like that because they got jammed up. Well, we got rained out I could tell you this story. We got rained out one time, right? The NFL scouts came to FAMU, and them boys was disheartened because they couldn't get a fair tryout because of the rain. And I seen them look at them seniors on their face like, damn, man, we just had a hell of a season, man. We around here running up under the stadium. We around here working out, doing workouts in the locker room. This ain't how we supposed to be getting time to train. They finna leave here and go somewhere else, and they ain't gonna be able to get no fair judgment on me. So guess what? That shit pissed me off. First thing I did, got in contact with all my homies that I knew who went before in the league or whatever, find out what other trials was going on. I rented the vans. You know what I'm saying? I got all the boys and took them boys down there to Orlando.
And some of you guys made it to the league?
No, 2 of them went to Canadian League and made careers in Canadian League. You feel me? But the reality of it is I wanted them to know, like, well, I got you. You feel me?
You know what you just solved you solved the piece to my puzzle, right? You said you went to Grambling, right?
Grambling at first.
Grambling, right? And then that led you to FAMU.
Right.
That's where you fucked up at. You know why I tell you? Hold on. Everybody I know that went to FAMU, know they tell me they ain't nothing but a high school, Cass City, Northwestern, combined the motherfucker together.
Well, no.
You ain't never left Miami.
No, but see, I'm gonna say this.
Yeah, they say they ain't doing nothing but fucking and hanging out down in FAM.
Nah, but I'm gonna go ahead and say this. It ain't that. It's about the mindset. You have a lot of individuals who go to FAMU and do great things.
Right.
So it ain't about you go to FAMU and it's a big high school. No, you have people that go there and they got their purpose and they ain't there to bullshit.
I met those ones too, man.
I ain't gonna say that about FAMU. FAMU is a great institution.
But you know the ones that I met that was like that. They wasn't athletes. You know they was? They was in the band. They was in the sororities. You know what I'm saying? The athletes, the majority of the athletes that I met that went to FAM, right? I got a few, one of my partners,
right?
One of my main partners. I ain't gonna blast him out, but you know he probably won't care if I do or not, cause he done served his time. One of the biggest out of Houston, Texas, Big B.
Yeah, I know
right?
B.
So you know B.
Yeah, I know B.
All right, B was one of the biggest dope boys. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Out of Texas,
yeah.
Big indictment, everything. You know what I'm saying? And I hope you don't hit me across the head for saying it, but he already, he shared story. He did his time. But he ended up, but B was really going to the lead. B kind of blowed his knee or some shit.
Yeah, but see the thing
you know what
is, I'm saying? It's not about the Miami kids that go up there and go to school. It's the Miami kids that don't go to school that come up there,
influence the ones that,
You feel me?
What, Kavalua type shit?
Yeah, but not just that. That's just an event. But I'm talking about the ones that sit there and know I got homeboy up there and I can take that sack up there.
To Tallahassee.
I'm going to say this here. I just had a conversation with my cousin Terry, right? So we was sitting there vibing. And this is the reality of this shit here, dog. And this is God's honest truth. When you go to school like that and you up there during my time, the niggas that was older than me, they was coming up there and they were putting that sack in my life. And you know what they were saying? Go, 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 go. You feel me?
Right.
So now that battery in your back, boy, listen, all you trying to do is get paper.
Right.
Nah, I'm the OG. You feel me?
Right.
Everybody that I come across, I ain't telling them about no sack. You feel me? I'm giving these boys real game. Why? Because I already done been through it, and some of my OGs have been through it too, but guess what? They was telling me to go.
Go.
You feel me?
Putting that battery in your back.
Right. I'm telling them no.
That what you telling the young niggas now?
I'm telling the young niggas no. Why I'm telling them no? Bruh, I cried in that bitch. Boy, I can't tell another nigga how another nigga did their time. Boy, listen here. Not being there for your kids and knowing you was a provider, man, that shit hurt.
Give me a little, so I don't want to get in front of us a little bit. Take us back.
Yeah,
give me a little of how you got jammed up and how much time you end up doing, so we could get a further in the interview to what's going on now.
In that sense right there, I had already had my hand dealt already before I played it. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I say that, I had a dude who told on me, right? So when he told on me, I ended up going to trial. I beat the trial. You feel me?
You beat the feds?
Well, it was a Fed state because the dude was in the Feds that was trying to jam me. You feel me? So I went to the door, and everybody was surprised because they was like, I really was out there selling dope. So it was like they ain't never seen a nigga who really was selling dope go to trial and beat this shit. They had all the evidence against me. You know what I'm saying? Grace of God was on my side. I can honestly say that. I ended up beating.
I mean, you ain't had no hell of a criminal background. You could take the stand, and you could take the stand and everything.
I did take the stand. I did all that.
You know, you talked to a man that been in the system, so
but
you really had a good chance. A good chance,
right?
Man.
But I rolled the dice. You know what I'm saying? And I ended up coming out of that victorious. But at the same time, while I say my hand was dealt, I ain't supposed to touch it again, though. You feel me?
Right.
So now here it is, as life continue to do, life be lifing. And you know, a couple more opportunities came my way. I started opening the door for a couple more of my partners. And then now all of us eating. You know what I'm saying? We eating in different places.
Right.
And then what ended up happening now is I had a homeboy get jammed up. And when he get jammed up, he tell them crackers straight up, hey man, I know some niggas from Miami up here getting money.
Right.
And he from Miami.
So it's safe to say, you know, snitching ain't nothing new to this millennium right now.
Nah.
This shit been going on for a while.
But you know,
but it's like it's more intensified right now,
but the
man. It's a lot
reality
more
of
shit
it
going.
is, when you playing a board game, guess what? It got do not go to jail on there. I mean, go to jail on Monopoly. They got, you get $200 when you pass go. You feel me? You got a chance card. You got all that on the board. Snitching is part of the game. You feel me? If you don't think snitching is part of the game, man, you need to just go ahead and kill yourself. Snitching is in this. This shit been in this shit before we got here. Man, you know how many OGs out here who been snitching, that's why they still out here?
Fact. I mean, you know, to my point, you know, this subject always come up. Recently, it's all paperwork thing all over the social media. Everybody checking paper. My thing nowadays, man, you know, and I be telling the young cats, man, like between this super cop I call technology,
right,
with cameras everywhere. When we using the feds, you know, the atmosphere kind of changed a little more harder now. You know what I mean? Cause it's like, why do 10 when you could tell on your friend?
To a friend.
Keeping it real, went out with bell bottoms. All these different little sayings.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's only two kind of niggas in the feds. Those who told, those who wish they told.
Yeah,
when you start hearing all that, you wonder where you fit in as a man of moral and principles. Right. So when I really realized and I had my time, I just did 16 years.
Right.
How much time you end up doing?
I did 10.
So you did decades per se, you know, so you got over 26 years in the feds.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right here. So this pretty much a lot. We done seen every form of, you know, just sitting on the yard, sitting in the dorm. We done heard all kind of stories. It's like watching Scarface movie and you already don't know how the end is, right? So with all those facts, and I'm gonna land my plane with this, and with all those facts, knowing that right now, nowadays the super cop I just named, technology, camera everywhere, dudes ain't getting the $150 on their face, the tag, whoever.
Like that.
I done seen fat snitchers, skinny snitchers, snitchers with dreads, snitchers with waves. You know what I mean? Like it ain't no one side. You can't pinpoint. I done heard all the real ones say, "Boy, I'll never be one." But you sit next to a man with stop snitching on his arm in blood, right? And stood on. I was facing life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No, hear me out. I'm feeling that. I was facing life. So I could proudly sit here and say, when the pressure was on, like the title of my book, I stood up in the paint. I didn't bend over for the feds and know what I'm saying, let them, know what I'm saying, break my morals or take my manhood, right? But can the people and the guys that you hustling with, I'm talking to y'all right out there, y'all young people, the people, the guys, your homeboy who you in the section with, your homeboys who you riding the block with, can they really say, you know what I'm saying, when that pressure hit,
they gonna stand up?
They ain't gonna fold, you know what I'm saying? And what we see now, come on now,
man,
the game dead.
The reality of it is just like you just said, I had never, you see how you told me earlier how you had did 14 months.
Right, in boys school.
So at an early age, you was already getting conditioned to be in these type of environments.
Right.
So you went 11 years in the state. Now before the feds came, your mind already don't seem damn near 12 years of institutional. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You take a person like me, who ain't never been in prison, who ain't never been to jail, and no crackers talking about giving me 25. But then they say, hey, we're gonna give you 5 years. All we need to do is tell on this man here.
It's more appealing.
What? I got 8-year-old twin boys. You think I don't want to go home?
Yeah, I'm already used to cup suits.
You feel me?
I'm already used to cup suits.
You could go ahead and lay down when they talking like that. Wow, you saying shit, man. Bring it.
Right.
A person who in my situation, boy, listen here, they sit there like, damn, man, I love my sons.
Baby mama talking.
25 years and 5 years, that shit don't even add up. It's gonna jump on that 5. Man, listen, I told them people, whoever y'all been talking to about XYZ, keep talking to them. I wasn't doing it like I was being big bad Billy ass. You feel me? It was just like I done took these people to the door before. Man, let's run it. And guess what? I ain't have a trial because I was guilty of my crime. You feel me? Unlike a lot of niggas who been in the feds talk about, man, I was guilty. I was guilty, you feel me? But at the same time, I wasn't guilty about the shit that they was piling up on me, so I had an evidentiary hearing.
According to Black's Law Dictionary, an evidentiary hearing is a proceeding in which evidence is presented and testimony is given under oath to resolve specific issues of fact. Unlike a full trial that determines final guilt or innocence, an evidentiary hearing is typically held to decide specific questions that arise before or during a case.
You feel me? An evidentiary hearing is when you contest the weight of the drugs or contest the evidence that they got. And that's what I did. And I had them bring all my co-defendants back on me. You feel me? And the boys came back and they freed me. You feel me? Because after they had, I was on the run for 5 years from the feds. See what I'm saying? I did that just so I could be with my sons, because I didn't want to be like how we just talked earlier. I didn't know my daddy when I was 13, 9, 10, you feel me? So guess what? I made sure my sons knew who I was. I was the one taking them to the library. I the one who was teaching them how to count. I the one who taught them how to swim, play basketball, do everything that they need to do. You feel me? So at that early time in their life of me not being there, that was not gonna happen. They was gonna know me. You feel me? So when I did go, shit, I wanted to be, I want to see my daddy. I miss my daddy, not who is my daddy. That was the difference. So that was the sacrifice I was willing to make. But at the same time, that's how God blessed me. Because in that time plan that took place, it allowed my co-defendants to do their time in the feds, to be able to get adjusted. And then now when I get caught, damn, man, we don't want to do our boy like that. You feel me? We already see how the system is. We know we had done said some fucked up shit on this nigga, and they changed it up.
So they retracted.
They retracted.
Okay, so now listen, we done covered.
Yeah.
We done covered the prison talk.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, we did.
We done covered the background, we done covered the sports.
Right.
You got a lot of layers, and I really was excited about this interview because you're doing some major shit and you tied into some major Miami players.
Yeah.
So let's go back to your connection with Slip and Slide, your connection with this Miami Nights brand that you got going on. Right. Let's kind of talk about the relationship you have with Slip and Slide and what, with the industry in its whole. Let us know the role you done played in the industry up to this point.
Well, prior to me getting to FAMU, I had two good friends of mine that was at high school, American High, that was the first artist on Slip and Slide Records. That was Money Mark and Corey, CO.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So those two dudes alone came with a group called Trey Plus 6.
Right.
So that was really the first project that Slip and Slide had put out there. So by me being friends with these guys, I want to see them win. So if I'm in Tallahassee, when they come up there and they got all their promo stuff and shirts and posters and stuff like that, man, give me all that. So at that point right there, 1995, I'm the one who passed out the flyers, the posters and things of that nature. And guess what? I ain't looking to get paid. I just want to see my people get right.
Right.
But it started breeding from then. Because now here it is, I'm doing parties. I'm doing comedy shows. I'm doing all that kind of stuff. So now I'm in the midst of the entertainment world at that early stage in my life.
Right.
You feel me? So I already told you that Trick was one of my good friends. You know what I'm saying? One of my close friends. So when he get out of prison, and then he hit with the squad with Luke.
Right.
Next thing you know, he get over there with Ted. Man, listen, he busting his ass. Next thing you know, shit, I'm pushing my dog. Shit, hey man, my dog got this good music, man. Trick Daddy, this and this and that. So I was already just, it was meant for me to be involved with the situation to some type of degree, based on the fact that Trick is from Liberty City / down south. Ted is from Carroll City, but some type of way they came together. And in the process of coming together, I was in the midst of it. You feel me? So,
Trick, brother Hollywood was a business partner of Ted's.
Right.
So,
he was the one who was pretty much telling Ted that, man, my brother got something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Trick calling from the prison. He rapping, he letting them know, like, shit, I'm ready. And he hear what he hear. So he just said, man, I think my brother might have something. When he came home, shit, he was ready to rock.
So that's that. What other roles, like any type of other roles you play other than like promoting or whatever?
Yeah.
What other kind of roles you play in the industry?
When I got out, I had a
from the 10 years.
when I got out of the field doing the 10-year bid, I had a good friend of mine. They call him Bad Guy, but his name Fats.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Solid dude. You know, he had an artist by the name of Ski Black. Ski Black from down south. You know what I'm saying?
One got the podcast.
Got the podcast,
what the Mob Life.
Right.
Okay. Yeah,
So,
I'm connected with that boy. We got some things coming up. Y'all make sure y'all keep it locked. I will be, tapping in with Ski Black too, man.
Ski Black.
Shout out to Mob Life.
Ski Black was his artist that he was pushing. So here it is, by he investing in Ski, that was my opportunity to get back and get my hands back dirty and get around everything and see how everything moving in this new generation of music. You feel me?
Right.
So now, we moving around, we doing things. My first time meeting Skeet, we did the feature with Lucci.
I am the man you dig, gun in my past you dig, still gonna dash you dig.
He got a song called You Dig. So we did that, and that was a good song, good look for Skeet. And then after that, we was preparing for him for Rolling Loud. So prior to that, I moved to Tampa. So I'm in the Tampa area. They down here in Miami. I'm like, well, look, I'm going to get Tampa crowd. I'm going to get that whole Lakeland, that whole St. Pete, that whole Clearwater area. And then in the process of doing that, guess what? I run across one of my partners. They manage Rod Wave. You know what I'm saying? So here it is. This is a young Rod Wave. This ain't the polished Rod Wave where he at now. This is the uncut Rod Wave. You feel me? So early on in the game, I'm over here assisting them with information. Hey, check this out, man. I got my people down here in Miami, man. I can open that door. We can kind of start getting that boy down that way and shit, get Skeet up this way. You feel me? So I'm looking at it like, this how you supposed to network. And I had got Rod Wave down here twice to do something. Skeet gonna tell you, I done got Rod Wave down here twice to do songs with Skeet. Skeet, bullshit.
The crazy part is, I don't know if you was following me around the time I had a song with YF and Lucci, the song called You Dig. I'm doing the song going. Bro, God rest his soul, Rod Wave manager, his uncle who just passed. He in contact with one of the niggas who, my managers, they was locked up together.
Yeah.
He like, hey, bro, this nigga trying to do a song with you, I'm curving the nigga, bro. This is Rod Wave right now, today. Rod Wave. He was trying to do a song with me, bro. Before he even got where he at right now. I regret that shit like a motherfucker.
Not the
You know what I'm saying? Looking at it like, I'm up here fucking around with some local jokers and, man, I don't know them people. Them people
Don't never know who gonna be the next blow.
Listen, you don't know who gonna be who. All you supposed to do is connect.
Fact.
If you real, don't try to go for the person who got some most. Y'all, Boss Man D-Lo ain't had no most.
He ain't have it.
Then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot, they all on me.
Back then you was rich or you was broke?
I wasn't broke, I was fucked up.
Fucked up. So you had money but fucked up.
I was fucked up. I wasn't broke, I was fucked up.
Right.
You feel me? But you don't go ahead and shit on him. You feel me? You go ahead and treat him like you want to be treated. And then if you a real genuine person, guess what's gonna happen? They're gonna say, man, I like that dude, man. I've been knowing that dude when I was first trying to get on.
You know, I'm glad you mentioned that, right? Because see, the theme of what they do podcast, right? This red carpet you see running down here, right? The whole theme of what they do podcast is to encourage young artists, you know what I mean? Entrepreneurs, anybody that's great at what they're doing, that, man, listen, you could get, you supposed to be here.
Right.
You know what I mean? And with that being said, I often tell young artists when they sit across from me, right? Because I'm kind of getting the nick of some A&R and kind of like seeing who has the potential to, really take off, right? And I have seen some, like Miami has always been, Florida had always been, like undiscovered major talent. Look what's going on TikTok right now. Like all the TikTok dances and all the stuff, you know what I'm saying? That's fun to do. You know what I'm saying? That's party type. Miami is a party city. Look at your label. Look at your brand, Miami Nights.
Right.
Like that's a brand. Miami is a brand. The name of Miami is a brand.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because of the just the partying, just the good energy.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm trying to add to what you're saying, for as you never know who gonna be the next.
You never know.
And I'm looking. When they sit across to me, I be saying to myself, I wonder if I'm bringing new talent.
If you treat the janitor like he the CEO, because the janitor might end up being the CEO, he gonna remember you. You feel me? And that's the problem. People can look at somebody and be kind of like prejudging them immaturely, not knowing that this person can be the one that can change their life. You feel me? It's almost like that old TV show, The Boss, the one that the Undercover Boss.
Undercover Boss.
You feel me?
Right.
You don't even know that this person really the one, but he just really testing your character.
See how you working on his job when you don't know the boss ain't looking.
But in reality,
you think the boss ain't looking.
In reality, that's how God works too, though. You feel me?
Facts.
He watching everything. He the eye in the sky. You feel me? So just to touch bases back on what I was saying, though, after I started dealing with Skeet, I came across another kid by the name of Baby J.
Be a real nigga before trying to get rich. I'd rather bust a pound before I ever touch a brick. These niggas ain't solid, they'll fold so quick.
He out of Panama City. You know what I'm saying? Real nice looking kid. You know what I'm saying? He was real sharp with his words. You know what I'm saying? Clean cut. And I seen that this kid could kind of go the distance. You feel me? And the reason why I seen that, because he spoke with so much passion in his music. So I started managing him. I started pointing to that kid. And, you know, we started making progress. You know, a couple of guys I had did time with, you know, in the joint, we gonna locate
network of heaven.
From California, Memphis, you know, Carolina, man, anybody that's real, I was on that type of time.
Yeah, right,
you feel me? I was on real man time. You feel me? So
Same here.
I had got contact with a couple of guys from Memphis. They was down with Big Juke, Big Head. You know what I'm saying? Head, he the one who owned the label.
With Gotti though.
No, Head is the one who owned the label.
No, I'm talking about Big Juke is people
Big
got
Juke
it.
is Gotti brother.
But the one that's not here no more.
Head is Zach Randolph business partner.
Right.
So my homeboy Rabbit and me was real tight. You know, we used to do a lot of gambling and stuff like that. So I used to send him a lot of Baby J music. So what he used to do is he used to give me the feedback. Hey man, listen man, I just played this for money back. Man, they fucking with this shit. You know what I'm saying? I was riding in the Lambo. I would listen to Head talking about, hey man, turn that up. So he giving me the feedback. So Juke bit. He ain't do like them, just listen. He say, man, give them a call. Gave me a call, we went to talking. He went to telling me like, listen here, man, what's up with the situation? I say, man, we looking for a situation. And you know, that's when the war started coming with as far as the bidding war, like who we might go with. So next thing you know, Snip and Slide reached out. You know what I'm saying? I got on Clubhouse. Trick got a page. He got a room on Clubhouse. On Clubhouse's rooms. You know, like you can go in there and go talking and do all that kind of stuff and advertise what you're talking about or whatever they might be talking about. You know, you go in there and jump in the conversation too if they bring you up. Mm-hmm. So once I seen my dog had one, shit, I went right in there, go to vibing. He didn't even know that was me, you know? So we go to vibing. They had a music room. I started playing the kid music in there. That's another thing. You don't know what avenue people gonna catch you on.
With the social media.
With the social media.
Powerful.
You go on TikTok. Guess what? You might have a song just like Bushy B got right now. This thing going big, but guess what? This song came out 7 years ago.
Facts.
But guess what? It just caught up now.
Shout out to TikTok, man. You know, they were trying to take it at a point, but yes, you know, a couple young cats from Miami. They, you know, growing up, heard the song. You know, they started making videos to it. And it just started like that. It went from county to city to states to countries. Wow. It done got out of hand, man. I'm way in Africa now. Yeah.
You don't know what generation gonna take a hold of it, but work all avenues. You don't know which one you gonna make your money on.
Dropping jewels, y'all. Dropping jewels.
So by me being on Clubhouse, it opened the door to Baby J getting his music heard to all type of people from all type of places. A&R from Slip and Slide. On there, by the name of Make It Bang, he do beats. He from down south, good guy. He go ahead, he sending the music to Ted undercover. Then Ball Greasy come in the room. Ball Greasy say, damn, I want to jump on that track right there. Shit, say no more.
On Clubhouse.
On Clubhouse.
I gotta check Clubhouse out.
You feel me? So next thing you know, here it is. All coming through Trick Music Room. You feel me? So here it is. We get down to Miami. Ted tells Baby J, listen, this is what I could do. There's this. Next thing you know, he shook hands. We on slip and slide now. You feel me? So he signed a deal. We been on slip and slide. He was rocking out, doing good. And you just got to be consistent, man. This game about, you know, artists have so many ups and downs with their personal life, with their emotionals. They might be seeing, you know, sometimes you know how it's a reason why them horses be running and they had them motherfucking blinders on the side. That's not to see what the other horse doing in the other lane. They be watching what's going on in this lane and watching what's going on in that lane.
And focus on the finish line.
And they ain't focused on the finish line. They supposed to focus on what they doing. They seeing what this person doing, that person doing, and they start gauging themselves as far as I'm better than them. Why they getting the progress? Why they getting the shows? Why they getting that? If you do what you supposed to do, it's gonna come.
Facts.
But you gotta do what you supposed to do.
Facts.
You gotta trust yourself. You feel me? So in all actuality, you know, the kid, he's still doing his thing. He's still trying to get it going. You know, we still got an album out there right now called Word on the Street, man. Y'all check that out.
Good plug, man. Before we wind this on down, man.
It's a good project.
I want to just kind of touch bases with this Miami Life, Miami Nights.
Yeah, so,
you know, what's going on with that? Last thing I know, Miami Night was a club.
Yeah. So what it is Ted, man. He just one of them individuals, dog, that likes seeing his people win. He like to see his people eat.
Right.
Ted ain't got to make no money off this. Ted got all kind of businesses, dog. You feel me?
Right.
Man, he did this shit for us. He did this shit for his homies. And I was one of the homies. You feel me? So I respect him. You know what I'm saying? He put his money out there. He created a real brand. We got real packaging. You know what I'm saying? We got real products. You know what I'm saying? You know, we got a couple of endorsements. Trick and Trina got their own gummies. They gonna be able to eat all.
So let them know what we talking about. You can let them know what we talking about.
We talking about the cannabis product, THCA, Miami Nights. We got a website, www.miaminights305.com. You go on there, you can order that shit. It comes straight to your house. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? You get it in 3 to 5 days.
I got me. So let me ask you something. With all the talk, right? And I got to ask you this, right? Because you know the OG, I don't indulge at all, right?
Right. Me neither.
But with all the talks, right? Being a person that don't indulge, I have in the past.
Right.
When I knew Sensimilla, you know what I'm saying? When I went, you know, I used to cheek and tone myself in the past, right? Killer Man Jaw, Public Enemy, you know what I'm saying? With the talk of all over the internet, they saying they putting fentanyl and you know the czar ain't what it is.
Right.
What makes me be able to tell my followers, like, listen, like Miami Nights is something that you know you want, you know, you can trust. It's a trusted brand. With insurance? What the source coming from?
Man, we FDA approved. You feel me? See, one thing about Ted Lucas, he ain't doing nothing to go to jail. You feel me?
Right.
So everything gonna be legit. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't even have to worry about. I'm a convicted felon. Just like you.
Right.
Man, listen, I wouldn't even be supporting and jumping behind this shit unless this shit was real. You feel me? So,
but sometimes the reason I say that, cause if you could be somebody in the blind. See, I want a lot of these young cats that's pushing this shit illegally.
It's a difference.
A lot of them that's pushing this shit illegally.
Yeah.
They don't know what a motherfucker done had them, cause they ain't running around testing it or doing whatever.
See, it's a difference when you got lab results. You feel me? It's a difference between when you getting that shit sent to the crib. Like when I got that shit sent to the crib, it had a big old package in there saying, do not mess with this. This is FDA approved. We had all the doggone lab reports in there. I'm looking at this shit like, damn. You feel me? So I'm getting they ain't knocking at my door. You feel me?
Right.
But you might get a knock at your door. You get this shit sent from California. I ain't got to worry about it.
Right.
This shit coming straight legit.
Well, you know, with all the studies, you know, this day and age, man, one thing we do, we have research, we have facts.
Right.
There's people suffering from cancer. There's people suffering from, Alzheimer's,
anxiety problems.
Anxiety problems.
You got all kind of ailments.
Right.
This product help with those.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? That's why a lot of older people right now.
Responsible use. My point I'm trying to get to.
Exactly.
Be responsible when using any kind of substance in your body, man. Be responsible. You know what I mean? Because even alcohol is an anesthesia. Well, you know what I'm saying. But if you overindulge in alcohol, anything it depairs you. Anything overindulge ain't right, man.
One thing about it, God gave this to us. You feel me? So if He gave this to us, just like prime example. It could be something that's supposed to be poisonous that could actually save your life if you use it right. You feel me?
Chemo is poisonous.
But guess what?
They
Same
put
thing
chemo
like
in your body, but it's killing the cancer.
The same thing like fentanyl.
Right.
Fentanyl, they use this in hospitals. You feel me?
Yeah.
But guess what? You got it in the wrong hands, it could kill you.
But see, what I'm saying is a lot of stuff that, and we'll have to probably do a second part on this here, but a lot of stuff that is good. You get people what they do is knockoffs.
Right.
Like, you got people out here like that. They ain't qualified. Ain't chemists. Ain't that. And, you know what I'm saying? They know they got the people hooked, and they just get them something that misrepresentation.
Yeah, but
and we don't want to be caught up in that.
That's called trying to cheat the game.
Right.
You feel me? That's what we was talking about earlier about the artists. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can't cheat the game. You can't play both sides, baby. You feel me? You got to either you gonna go head first in this, or you gonna go ahead and get in the streets. And if you gonna go ahead and get in the streets, just be ready for what comes with it. You feel me?
Right.
And the reality of it is they don't be ready. All you gotta do is see when them kids be in that courtroom when they hear that time.
Fact.
If we could just get you know how you do a highlight film for football players and baseball? If we could do a highlight of all those individuals on how they be crying when they get that time.
I do a lot of videos, man. You know my platform. I share a lot of advice to the kids. Hey, man, what I'm gonna say this here, it was a pleasure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For having you, sharing your story. You know what I mean? Everybody got a testimony. Everybody got, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But it takes courage. You know what I mean? It takes courage to get out here, put a portion of your life out here, because you know people in the comments, people say this, people say that, but we men up here. And the whole intentions of having you here today, man, is to share your story from you know decisions that you made into where you at now. You pushing a positive brand that you know responsibly taken and used, or whatever. You know what I mean? I mean you can enjoy yourself, however. Bruh, T Rich, I'm gonna say it like this here, man. It was always a pleasure to see my brothers come out the joint and bounce back, man.
Have me on the platform, man. I want to say this here. Hey, Bo Dilly and Convertible Burt documentary coming out on Netflix in June, man. Y'all check that out. Y'all heard it here first. We gonna hear
when it's coming out?
In June, baby, on Netflix. Y'all
hey, man, listen. Bo Dilly, bruh. We hoping that this thing do numbers. We know it's gonna do numbers, man. I done posted about you. They respond. A lot of people, know what I mean? We wishing you the best as you come out, whatever trial you're going through, man. You know you one of Miami legends, man. Convertible Burt, you already know what it is, man. It's your old, you know, I used to park them cars for you, this jig, man. Tap in, man. Can't wait to see the documentary, man. Shout out to Tez for bringing that project to y'all, man. Real Miami Boy story. I will be bringing that Real Miami Boy trap story to y'all, too, in a documental form on What They Do podcast. So make sure y'all tap in.
Dade County street nigga, I'ma hold it down. 5120 each one I break down. Supply my whole hood, visions to supply the town. I'm talking about Palm Beach, Broward County, back down south. Vato get them pounds. JG Wentworth, I need that money now. Same day we get them in, same day we move them out. Nigga